It finished Motherwell 1, Hearts 2. David Templeton created the first goal, put into his own net by Mark Reynolds. Templeton then won the penalty, which Kevin Kyle converted. He's the man of the match.
David, pictures seem to show that Mark Reynolds scored an own goal, but I imagine you'll be trying to claim it.
Yeah, well, I didn't really see it, to be honest. When I had hit it, I turned and I just seen everyone celebrate, so I'll have to see it again. Hopefully I'll get it, but if it's an own goal, then I'm not too bothered as long as we got the result.
It's a tremendous unbeaten run. What does that say about this Hearts team?
Oh, it's been a great run for us. We're playing really well, and it just shows the spirit we've got in the team. Everyone's working for each other, and as you can see, it shows on the pitch. Just 3 points away from Celtic. Is there a belief that you can catch them? Well, I feel we've got a good enough squad to do it, but we just take one game at a time, and hopefully by the end of the season, if we're up there with them and challenging. Overall, in the scoring stakes, Kevin Kyle seems to be matching you strike for strike. Yeah, well, I'm not too bothered. He's a striker, he's expected to score, and I'm just trying to aim for double figures this season, so if I can get that, I'll be delighted. Well, you got one up on him tonight because you're the Clydesdale Bank Premier League Man of the Match. Congratulations. Thank you, thanks very much.
Well, he's done well, and it's little wonder that he's taking the congratulations of his teammates in the Hearts dressing room. A 6th consecutive win in the Scottish Premier League for them, and they are looking like the real deal after a poor start to the season. Well, it's the first time that Hearts have won so many games away from home since 1997, when centre parting haircuts were all the rage, weren't they, Neil McCann?
Yes, of course.
Is there a similar, the haircuts are better now, but is there a similar spirit to your side back then in this one?
Yeah, I loved those shots of the dressing room there. When you're going on a run like this, David, there's just such a feel-good factor starts to flow through the squad. And as young David rightly said there, that when that happens, it allows you to go out, get results, and just create a big belief within your team.
What about the first goal then, which David Templeton was heavily involved in? Let's look at the positives. We'll ignore the defending at this stage, but what about the positives from the Hearts point of view?
Well, the positives is Kevin Kyle making himself an absolute nuisance and giving Mark Reynolds a tough time. Here he wins it, he plays it in and gets it across the goal as it finally comes in. But David Templeton, he has this in abundance. He's got lovely technique. That's brilliant execution of a bicycle kick, and yet he says there when he's on the ground he's not quite sure if it's went in of his accord or someone else's, and he doesn't care. But what an execution of a difficult technique. But Mark Reynolds will have nightmares when he sees that later on.
Templeton is named after David Cooper Templeton. He's actually a Celtic supporter, believe it or not, but it's quite fitting that he scored that at the Davy Cooper stand there. He does have the type of ability like David Cooper enjoyed. He's certainly, like yourself, he can do special things with the ball.
Well, when you've got a guy like Templeton who has ability, you want him to use it, and you want him to go at players, you want him to be positive, direct, and he does it. And sometimes when a young guy comes into the team, David, he can maybe plateau or sometimes dip. He's getting better because he's gaining confidence. And obviously the coaching staff at Hearts are telling him to, any time he gets the ball, get at people. And it's great when you've got guys like that in your team.
Now Hearts, we're only ahead for 1 minute and 5 seconds. Zalewskis, was he at fault here for this misplaced pass?
As the ball knocks down, Zalewskis will be looking to put that in Rose's head, but he decides to try and clip it up the line. But it's about, I'll go on the positives again, David. Alan Gown with a lovely weighted pass, and he'd been trying to do that all first half. But this time Laszlo takes a chance, gets beyond the ball, and gets his rewards with a nice little finish. Jim Jeffries must have been absolutely fuming. You know, you get a goal ahead, albeit fortunate, and you think getting at half time and build from there. But Motherwell, to their credit, they reacted in the right positive manner and get an equaliser.
The first goal that Hearts have conceded in 503 minutes of Scottish Premier League football. They've had a great defensive record in recent weeks. Then the man of the match, David Templeton, won a penalty. Can Stephen Craigan have any complaints about this?
For me, no. After seeing it a couple of times, it's definitely the right decision. There he is, he just takes it. He's got a bit fortunate here, but as he lifts it inside, there's a contact in the right leg and it goes down, and it's a stonewall penalty. Stephen Craigan can argue all he likes, but he's made contact there. It's a clever piece of skill by Templeton, and it's a right decision and coolly dispatched by big Kevin Kyle.
How well did Kevin Kyle play in addition to this cool finish?
Well, he was involved in the first goal and dispatches the second, and I think for me, when you're playing with a lone striker, he has to have those attributes, and that is when the ball gets put up there, He makes a nuisance of himself, he holds it in, he links the play, and he done that tonight, and Kevin can be well pleased with his performance.
What about the red card? It's the first game that Motherwell have had since the referee strike. Should Jennings be a bit more wary of how he deals with officials?
But what I will say, David, is it's the correct decision, first and foremost. Secondly, I don't know what Steve Jennings has said to the referee, but if the referee's taking umbrage by the contact made here and just on his shoulder, I don't know what the problem is. For me, Jennings is just trying to attract his attention to have his say, but we don't know what he's saying there.
Right now,
you know, is it there you are. That is nothing. I'm not accepting that is worthy of a red card. What I don't know, and I can't comment on, is what Jennings has said to the referee. Now, maybe that's what the red card's for. If it's for a touch on his back, I don't agree with it.
You know, maybe this is a new zero tolerance approach from the referees. They took a very, very strong stance a couple of weeks ago by striking. Perhaps they should not be players touching referees in any shape or form.
Well, David, if you want to go down that line, that's fair enough. But I absolutely agree with talking back to the referees. And in Blackman's case, you know, when he's arguing about the free kick it's taken, you know, that is not on. He's been so, you know, animated by his claims that he deserves his yellow. But here, I'm just not accepting that it's a red card. When Jennings comes in, for me, I think he's just trying to get the referee's attention. He's just asking him why, and then bang, the red card appears. And whether you say it's a zero tolerance or not, this is not worthy of a red card for me. No, I'm sorry.
It's going to be one that we'd love to hear about from the Scottish FA, so hopefully we can hear what exactly he was sent off there for. It'll be an interesting one to clear up, but by the same token, I think we might discover that players shouldn't be laying any form of finger on the referee. There should be no physical contact, but time will tell. We'll be interested to hear that from the Scottish FA. Hearts, 3 points away from Celtic, 6 away from Rangers now. Are they title-winning material? How do they push on from here? Bearing in mind they've got players to come back like Wallace.
They have. They've got big players. They've got Andy Driver. They've got Lee Wallace. They've got Black out. They've got Eggert Johnson out. And you asked me at the top of the show, should they be looking at the title? Well, again, I'll still stick and say it is a big ask. You know, you would think that the Old Firm will be stronger going into the run-in, which they've proved in recent seasons. But when there's a belief coursing through a team's veins, you know, we had it in 97-98, you know, but for a couple of bad results towards the end of the season, it might have been different. But this team definitely have something about them, David. And Jim Jeffries is looking at them all as a squad. He wants ambition, he wants desire. And as I said, they must be looking upwards and saying, we can go on and achieve it. Otherwise, you know, there's no point in turning up. They must go with ambition.
Let's hear from the Hearts manager now. Here's Jim Jeffries.
Jim, 6 wins on the bounce. What did you make of it?
Annoyed that we lost a goal. It's always the same, isn't it? You score a goal and you go up the other end, and lack of concentration. I think Marius should have put it out the park. He's tried to keep it in play and it's went straight to them and we got punished. But it was always a type of game. I thought Motherwell played well and passed the ball a bit well, but I thought the best chances fell to Hearts tonight, and I thought we should have been 2-1 up. Stephen Hill had a great chance in the first half, and I thought he had an even better chance just before the penalty. Whether it was a penalty or not, I'd have to see in the video, but I thought the one after that was more a Stonewall penalty when he was tripped in the box. So, and Motherwell probably had a shout for a penalty as well. But when you're on this run, no every game's the same. You've got to sometimes go and grind it out, and we showed a great resilience, and that's the kind of spirit that it doesn't always mean you can get down and pass it about and win 3-4 nothing, and that you've got to sometimes grind it out, and we did that tonight brilliantly.
Well done tonight.
Thank you.
He's certainly a happy man, Jim Jeffries, after that, and why shouldn't he be? What about Motherwell? A lot of names in the frame for the job. How important is it that they get an appointment in quickly? Bear in mind, they play Aberdeen at the weekend, now managed by Craig Brown.
Yeah, it's going to be a tasty atmosphere, that one, that's for sure. But Gordon Young, if he's still in the job, you know, it's his job now to lift the players and send them out. But I think it's important that Motherwell make the right decision. You know, there is talk of even Mark McGee coming back. That'd be some story if he comes back for
It
Saturday.
really would be, wouldn't it?
But we don't
Would he
know.
be up for that, do you think, so soon after Aberdeen?
Well, I don't know. I know he enjoyed his time here and he was quite successful. The fans liked him. I think the staff all liked him. So that's just a question that's got to be asked of him. Would they fancy it? But, you know, I think it's important that they get the right man for the job. As I said, Gordon Young is in control just now and he'll continue just to plod away and do his best for the club.
Is there a worry that Craig Brown might come back in and pick off some of the best players here? Blackman is out of contract, his loan deal is up shortly.
Well, it's always a chance that a manager will come and try and get players that's been successful for him. It's up to Motherwell to knock it back.
Yeah, well, thanks very much indeed. On Saturday, we've got 3 live games on Sky Sports. The former Motherwell favourite Owen Coyle takes Bolton to Sunderland in the Premier League. That's at 12:30 on Sky Sports HD 2 and 2. And at 5 o'clock on the same channel, it's live Championship action. Roy Keane's Ipswich against Sven-Göran Eriksson's Leicester. And from the SPL here in Lanarkshire, we're at Hamilton, just down the road from where we are tonight. After 2 draws, Celtic really need a win. Join Neil and me from 12:30 here on Sky Sports HD 4 and 4. Well, Hearts are just 3 points behind Celtic after beating Motherwell here tonight. We have a 3-way race for the title now. Good night.
More sport, news, views and